Boring. So you can plan a very long trip with an electric car, and people have driven all around Europe with electric cars. The average electric car does 350 to 500 kilometers on one charge, so you have quite a long range. But there isn't a huge amount of charging infrastructure everywhere. So at the moment what we see is that there's starting to be a good infrastructure in cities for electric vehicles, but the infrastructure rollout has not been that good into the countryside yet. And obviously this will change quite quickly as there's an increase in electric vehicles. There will be also an increase in the charging capacity. That is boring and unboring. At the moment it's a bit boring because there are too many electric scooters on the streets, and what we see is piles of electric scooters blocking up the pavement. With the right amount of electric scooters used properly, it's a great solution, very unboring. You can get around quickly from A to B without any noise or pollution. Boring. Without charging infrastructure, you can't use electric cars. Particularly in Europe, people live in apartments above the ground and they have to charge on public charging infrastructure. If there's none of that exists, they aren't able to use electric cars. Very unboring. The beauty about the future of mobility is that motor cars will come in to our lives on a shared platforms, and we'll use different types of motor cars as when our needs change or as when our budget changes. Boring. When data is used to extract value from you as a user, then it's very boring. But one of the beauties of data, and all mobility now is connected, is you have a huge amount of transport data and you can turn that into route optimization, into mapping, and you can find ways of using that data to help us move more efficiently. Unboring. I think autonomous cars are going to give us a whole new way of interacting with our vehicle, and obviously one of the things that has become very boring in our lives is sitting in traffic and having to hold on the steering wheel. Autonomous cars will replace that with a vehicle that you don't need to drive as much, giving you more time to interact with content. And I think we will still have the opportunity to drive cars if you want to.